Are you the strong one? The one that everybody depends on, but nobody checks on? The one who fixes problems, calms drama, carries burdens, and holds everybody together, but secretly feel like you're falling apart inside? If that's you, listen carefully. Being strong can slowly destroy you while everyone applauds you for it. You don't get days off for being a strong one. There's a family crisis, they call you. You have financial problems, they call you. Emotional breakdown, they call you. Decision making, they call you. You are the emergency contact for everybody. But when you are overwhelmed, who do you call? So here's the truth: most strong people don't have support. And the reason why they don't have support is because they are support. So you keep functioning when you're tired, your body is overwhelmed, your mind is going a million miles a minute, and your heart feels empty because stopping feels dangerous. Many strong people weren't born that way. You were trained to be strong. So sometimes by chaos, whether it be trauma, responsibility that came too early, sometimes by being the dependable child, the mature one, the peacemaker. You learn real quickly that if you don't hold it together, then nobody can hold it together. And I'll admit that that was something, as far as I'm concerned, that, I've always been kind of like the mature child, the middle child, the mature one. And and sometimes you feel the need to always be that way, or to always be strong, to always be the one that is, dependable, or whatever the case is. So you really learn how to be that way. And then you feel that if you don't get it and you don't keep it together, then nobody else will have it together. So your strength start being a choice, and it became survival. So many are strong people. This is the way we know how to survive. But let's talk about what's really not being said. You were praised for being strong. You're so mature, you're reliable, and people don't know what they do without you. That praise does feel good, but it gets you locked into a role that you can't even escape. So the strong one, you appear, the stronger you seem to be, then the less people can see your pain. So people assume that, oh, you're fine. She'll be all right. She can handle it. She doesn't need any help. So you stop offering it. People stop offering help because they feel you don't need any help. And it's not because they don't care about you, but it's because you always look unbreakable. Meanwhile, inside, you could be thinking, I'm so tired. I'm overwhelmed. I wish somebody would see me. I wish I didn't have to ask for help. So strength can become dangerous when it costs you yourself. And that happens when we ignore our own needs. We suppress our emotions. We overextend constantly. We don't know how to say no. We say yes even when we want to say no. May carry responsibility that's not even yours. You become everybody's lifeline while you are slowly drowning. And you know what's really scary is you don't even realize how overwhelmed, tired, and depleted you are until something breaks, whether it be your health, your peace, your relationships, your faith, your emotional stability. Burnout, it doesn't come in a loud way. It comes in a quiet way. It kind of creeps in quietly. So for believers, there's an extra layer for those of us who are believers. You think that strength equals godliness. So there's no way you want to show any kind of weakness, because you'll say, well, I just need to pray more, or I shouldn't feel this way. I just need to endure everything that's going on, or God won't give me more than I can handle. But God never asks you to be indestructible. He never asks you to be everyone's savior. Jesus already did what strong ones are trying to do. So Matthew 11:28 tells us, come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Notice that God invites us. He doesn't invite us to be strong. He doesn't invite us to be self-sufficient, not the ones who have it all together, but the weary, those who are burdened, those who are exhausted. Jesus invites us to come to him, to cast our cares on him. So sometimes you don't rest can be because you may not know who you are without being needed. So if you put a stop to fixing everything, rescuing everybody, and carrying the weight, will people really still value who you are? Will they still include you on things that need to be done? Or will they still love you? So that fear of not being seen, not being needed, it can keep strong people stuck for most of their lives. So being strong does cost. There may be times where you have your private times where you're crying in private, and you have to process things on your own, or you make hard decisions without any help, any guidance, or you can carry secrets that nobody knows about. You show up smiling, but you're really hurting behind the smile. But all people see is your strength, but they don't see the price that you paid to become strong. So sometimes strong people are usually the least supported. And it's not because they don't deserve to be supported. It's because everybody assumes strong ones don't need support. So let's talk about what real strength is. What does it mean to really be strong? Real strength is not that you don't break. It's not that you don't have hard times, but it's when you are being honest, when you're honest about your limitations, you're honest about being in pain, whether it be physical pain or emotional pain. You're honest about your needs. You're honest about being a human being that have feelings that hurt and go through things like everyone else does. And Jesus knew how to rest. Jesus knew how to withdraw. He withdrew from the crowds. He slept during the storms. He asked for support in Gethsemane. So if the Son of God didn't live in a place to where he was constantly pouring out, then why do you think we have to live that way, or we believe we have to live that way? So you don't have to earn rest. You don't have to collapse to, have someone to care for you. You don't have to reach a breaking point before you slow down. You are allowed to say no without feeling guilty, to ask help without feeling ashamed, to rest without having to apologize for resting, to stop solving problems that are not yours, to admit that you are not okay. So healing doesn't begin with, a dramatic overhaul of your life. It starts in the small things. So to tell someone the honest truth, to tell the truth to somebody who you trust, somebody who's safe for you, and to decline something that you do constantly, but it really drains you, and to accept help without explaining why you need help, and take an hour that belongs only to you to do what you want to do without feeling guilty. Small boundaries is what creates the freedom in our lives. So we should not feel guilty about creating small boundaries that we need in order for us to be able to protect ourselves. So if this message was something that really blessed you, I do hope that that you don't suffer quietly. You're not weak for needing support. You're a human being, and you were never meant to carry and to live life by yourself. So to the strong ones who are watching this, you don't have to prove anything to God. You don't have to hold the world together. You don't have to bleed in silence. You are allowed to lay the weight down, not because you failed, but because you were never, it was never yours to carry in the first place. So if this spoke to your heart, you are not by yourself. This series is for the strong ones who are basically tired of pretending. Here, you don't have to perform. You don't have to perform for God to love you either. Real faith, real healing, real freedom. This is the place for that. I hope this was a blessing to you all. Join me next Tuesday for episode 2 as we continue on this journey of encouraging those who are considered being the strong one. Thank y'all for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.